All right. All right, so we are live. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex Halsey. I'm the health fitness specialist at the McLean location. Welcome to Push, Pull, and Legs. All right, so we're rounding out the end of the week today. This is the last workout that I have for the week on my schedule. So I'm going to make this a little bit simpler or more simple. That's not a word. I'm going to make this a little bit more simple. Hopefully, I'm not the only one that's kind of feeling the work of the week to include workouts and everything today. All right, so that Friday joke will come a little bit later, but at least for the moment, I'm definitely feeling a little slow, a little tired. But I'm not gonna let that keep me from getting in a good workout. Honestly, the movement helps, y'all. The movement helps. It provides a little bit of invigoration to move on with the day. So if you are feeling like that, it's definitely normal. It's all right. We're going to move a little bit today, and we're going to shake that off. We're going to keep it rocking. All right. So we have 3 sequences, just like we usually do. The first sequence will need weight. The second sequence will be body weight. The third sequence will be free weight as well. All right. So we're going to have number 1. We're going to have what's called a side bend. This is really working the core. It's a full body movement, but it's targeting the core and the shoulders in particular more so than the legs, but it is full body. The second move, we're going to work on a hip adduction series. So we've been hitting the hips one of 4 different ways over the last month or so, and we're going to keep doing that. We don't usually do this sequence, but we're going to add that one in today. That's just the sequence where we work the inner thigh. It's free weight or free of weights, so we're using body weight, and that's going to take us 4 minutes to get through both legs. Lastly, we have a Y raise. That's going to hit our upper traps and our mid traps in the back and our shoulders as well. All right, so we have a full body move, a leg move, and then an upper body move. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get warmed up. You will need weights, obviously, so I would suggest something light or moderately heavy for you. You won't really need anything heavy. You can theoretically go heavy with that first move, but I wouldn't really suggest it just because you're going to feel it tomorrow. And I want you to be able to locomote, move around normally tomorrow. So don't do that to yourself. All right, keep it light, and you will need light weights for that last move as well. All right, nothing heavy, but we're gonna go ahead and get warmed up. So grab your weights, grab your water, and let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so we're just starting off with some burpee step backs here. So just bring the hands down, step back, in, and reach up. We're starting off here pretty slow, so take your time. We're gonna pick up the pace with this move in a second, just to help get the heart rate up. But getting up and down, it's going to help bring some fluctuations into your heart rate, your blood pressure, and we're getting a load into your wrists, into your knees, into your ankles, also warming up the core. All right, slowly pick up your pace. Go ahead, pick up your pace a little bit. All right, so from here, we're gonna come down, sink into a squat. What I want you to do is kind of bring your elbows inside of your knees like so. And I want you to rotate, reach up. I know that that's probably going to be a little challenging for you, but if that's the case, alternatively, you can just squat down, rotate up, push one hand up, push one hand down. All right, alternatively, this is what you can do. So really digging the hips out here. This is going to help us with that first move. And we're getting some rotation in the torso. The side bend is just like this, except we're standing up. So we're trying to go past what will be required later on to make it a lot easier. Go ahead, come on up. When I come to a straddle, We got a regular windmill here. Let's bring the right hand to the left foot, left hand to right foot. Stretching out the hamstrings here. Again, this is very similar to what that first move will have us do. You exhale on your way down. As always, let your breathing, or let your movement match your breathing, not the other way around. One more each side. Last one. All right, from here, I'm gonna bring the hands behind the head or to the temples. I'm gonna fold right over, push your butt back, drop your chest. You should feel a stretch in your hamstrings, and you're gonna squat, bring your butt to the floor, and repeat. You just come backwards and repeat. Fold over, squat, push up, stand up. Really trying to target the hamstrings here. Get them loose. You guessed it. This is exactly what that first move is going to have us do. Stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. So separate those movements. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, bring your butt to the floor. We're going to open up the shoulder with some tables. So elevate the hips. You're right here. You can turn your fingers to the sides, or you can turn your fingers directly behind you. Bring your feet away from your butt and bridge up. Squeeze the butt. Roll the shoulders backward and down. Prevent the shoulders from coming up into the ears. Exhale as you bridge up. Last one. From here, you're going to bring your butt to your heels. You're just going to rock back and forth. Loosen up the shoulder a bit. You're still pulling the shoulders back and down. Don't let those shoulders creep up into your ears. You can always reach your feet forward to get a deeper stretch here if you need to. All right. So you can go ahead and come up to your feet. Okay, so we're warmed up. We're going to go ahead and get ready to begin our first sequence. So again, we got the side bend. Grab your weight. If you have multiple weight options, start off with the lighter one. I'm not going to keep you from going up higher because you may need to, but definitely start off relatively light. If you feel comfortable, you can work your way up in weight. Simply put, you're coming slightly wider than a normal squat stance, but you're not in a full straddle the way we were earlier in our warm-up. So you're going to have your weight. Doesn't matter what hand you have it in. I would suggest your dominant hand, actually, because the opposite side is your weaker oblique side. So my left side is my strong obliques. This is my weak side. So start this way on the dominant hand. All you're going to do is push your free hand to the floor, tap, come up. You should feel a great stretch here in your obliques on that dominant side. And if you want to start on the other side, that's not a problem too. You can start on the other side, whichever side you feel like is the weakest. All right. And actually, for me, that is my right, so I should bring the weight to my right hand. All right. So you're reaching that free hand down to the floor. You do not have to touch the floor. You do not have to touch your foot. You're just trying to get down as you can comfortably get while being able to get back up. That's it. Go one side at a time. We're looking for 10 reps on each side. You do as many as you can for 6 minutes. All right. Getting ready to start the timer so you can begin your 10 reps. So counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. So again, you don't have to go all the way down, but you should feel a great stretch in your obliques and in your low back. Then you come up nice and slow. Exhale on your way up, inhale on your way down, breathe out. Squeeze that muscle that you feel stretched over here. That's 3. You want to keep your eyes vertically on the weight. That'll help center your torso on your way down and on your way up. And because you have to keep the weight up the whole time, hopefully you feel that work in your shoulder too. The more vertical you keep your arm, the longer you'll be able to hold that weight up. So this is a highly coordinated move. Again, you don't have to go all the way down. Once you feel the stretch, you can come back up. If you need to switch hands each rep, you can switch hands each rep. It will be a little bit more challenging to hold the weight up one side at a time. And the deeper you go, the more that stretch you're going to feel, and the harder it'll be to get back up. Here we are working through a full range of motion if you're able to touch the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and switch. Again, take your time. Don't go too heavy. This is definitely something that will leave you a little tender the next day. You might even feel it today. But if this isn't a move people do like we do push-ups or squats or something like that, this is a much more, I don't want to say unique, but just a move that isn't seen often. So take your time. Again, breathing in on your way down, exhaling on your way up. And we're almost at the 3-minute marks. We're almost halfway done. Three and a half minutes to go. You can bend your knees here as well if you need to. We're obviously not getting into a full squat or anything like that, but don't be afraid to slightly bend the knees to help you get more stability as you bend to the side. And when you get to 10, you can switch. If 10 is too much, just lower the rep count before you switch. If you need to bring it down to 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, bring it down, and then just go to that number and keep switching off that way. I like to say 10 just because it's a nice round number. Most of the time, the weight we have, we can get to 10, but the number of reps you get to is going to be more related to the weight you have, but also just your general, your personal, your relative fitness levels. It's not about the number, it's about the effort, so change the number of reps if you need to. The goal is always to keep moving as much as we can with minimal rest. Nothing wrong with taking a break, we're getting some rest, but we just want to minimize it to the point where we're still able to maintain quality movement. So again, you can bend the knees, inhale on your way down, exhale on your way up, keep your eyes vertical, and don't go down past the point that you know you can't get back up. Feel that stretch here, come back up. Squeeze where you feel the stretch. We have less than 90 seconds remaining. Keep going. We're going to be going to the hip sequence next. So you'll be able to give your arms a break. Shift the attention to the legs. Exactly 60 seconds remaining. Keep it up, y'all. Again, squeeze where you feel that stretch. Keep your eyes vertical. Bend the knees if you need to. Don't go down too far. Make sure you breathe. Thirty seconds remain. Come on, guys, finish strong. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay. So you can drop your weight if you need it. Squig of water. Don't drink too much. This is swig. All right. So we're gonna move on to the hip sequence now. So this is on the floor. The floor supporting you. This is body weight. We're gonna go through the hip sequence first. Then we have one move that we're gonna do after the hip sequence to further reinforce the muscles that are being activated in that hip sequence. So let's call it hip sequence because it's meant to really activate specific muscles. For us, that's our inner thigh. And then that second move we're going to do is going to be more so to do a move that strengthens those muscles that we just activated. All right. So it's just a side plank, body weight, very simple. So first and foremost, we have 4 moves. Go ahead, come down to the floor. We have 4 moves that we're going to be able to do here. So you're laying on your side, bring your top leg out in front of you like so, straighten your bottom leg down like so. That bottom leg is the leg that's doing the work. So from here, all you're gonna do, we have 4 moves that last 30 seconds apiece. First move, all you're gonna do is push your foot to the ceiling and drop it. Push foot to the ceiling and drop it. After that, move number 2, you're gonna hold your foot up, you're gonna rotate your ankle or your foot in one direction. Move 3, all you do is reverse directions. Move 4, you're still holding that leg up, bring your heel to your butt, straighten your leg out. Heel to butt, straighten your leg out. Those are your 4 moves. They last 30 seconds apiece. I'll cue you before the 30 seconds finishes so you know when to switch, and I'll tell you what to switch to. So we're gonna do this on each leg, then we're gonna go to those side planks. Then we'll go to the next move, the next sequence, all right? So support your head. You can come here, you can lay down flat. You don't have to support your head at all. Get some free work on the neck if you just float your head. So nonetheless, let's get into it. 5-second countdown, starting off with that leg lift, that leg raise in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're keeping the leg straight, you're lifting and dropping. Remember that second move, you're gonna hold the leg up and rotate your ankle in one direction. That's the second move, but for now, this is all you're doing. You're trying to push your foot as high as you can to the ceiling. You should feel it in your inner thigh. Less than 10 seconds before we switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg up, rotate the ankle in one direction. You're gonna stay here for 30 seconds. Make sure you hold that leg up high enough so that you can rotate your foot in one direction. Take your time, breathe. It should burn. It should begin to burn. 10 seconds until you switch directions for move 3. 3, 2, 1, switch directions. Good, and if you need to, you can always just drop your leg, let the burn die down for a few seconds, and then you can return to work. Just do what you can to keep moving, but if you need to take a second, take a second. 10 seconds till we go to that last move. You hold that leg up, you're gonna bring your heel to your butt and straighten your leg out. So 3, 2, 1, heel to butt, straighten the leg out. Heel to butt, straighten the leg out. Don't let your knee drift forward when you bend your leg. You don't want to lift that knee. You don't want to drift the knee forward. Keep that leg backwards. 10 seconds till we're done. Then we'll switch sides. 3, 2, 1, time. Ooh, so you should feel that in your inner thigh. Your inner thigh should definitely be awakened. It should be a little bit on fire. So just switch sides. Same thing. So now your top leg comes out in front of you. That bottom leg, straighten it out. Here we go. We're going to get right into it. So remember, support your head however you need to. And we're going to repeat the exact same thing now on the other leg. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. Here we go. So again, after this, we're going to do a Copenhagen plank, or just a plank that allows us to work the inner thigh just like we are right now. Whew. 5 seconds till we switch. 3, 2, 1. So hold the leg up, rotate the ankle in one direction. Make sure you're holding that foot up high enough where you can actually rotate your ankle or your foot. Take your time, no rush, take your time. Don't let that bottom leg drift forward, keep it straight. You want to be straight from the shoulder to the foot. Switching in 4, 3, 2, 1, switch directions. Keep it up. Remember that last move, you're going to bring your heel to your butt and straighten your leg out. We got 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel to butt, straighten the leg out. Again, don't let that knee drift forward as you're bringing your heel to your butt. If you kind of feel like you're doing like a high knee and you're bringing that knee up to pull your heel to your butt, don't want to do that. Remember, straight from the knee to the shoulder, straight from the foot to the shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, so you're gonna switch sides, or stay on that side. Stay on that side, the side that you finished on. We're gonna go right into the Copenhagen plank. Okay, so we got 2 rounds of 30 seconds on each leg. All right, so you're gonna go from one side, one leg to the next. To do this move, all you do, support your upper body like so. You're in a forearm plank, elbow is right underneath the shoulder. From here, you're going to take the top leg, push your top leg down into the floor, and push your hips up into the sky. That bottom leg is going to be bent, and you're using it for support. Most of the work you're doing with that top leg, that bottom knee is just there to support you, okay? So push that top foot into the floor, push your hips to the sky. Hold here 30 seconds. We're going to do that twice on each leg. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. Again, most of the work is being done by that top leg. Push the hips to the sky, push that foot in the floor. Use that knee for support. You should feel this in your inner thigh too. If you're feeling like a daredevil, or what you can do, remove that bottom foot from the floor, or the bottom knee from the floor. You'll feel all the stress in your top leg. And switch sides. So you can just flip. Same exact thing. My right leg is much stronger than my left, so I started off that way on purpose. We got 10 seconds till we switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Same thing, come on. breathe, take your time. Use that bottom leg for support. And if you need to, you can always drop. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last switch. We're going to move on to the next move after this. And I didn't mention this, but that top knee is bent a little bit. It's not locked out, it's slightly bent. We got 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. Okay. So we're moving on to the last move. This is a Y raise. Grab some water if you need to. And of course, go ahead and grab your weights. You can do this one arm at a time if you want. So you just need one dumbbell as opposed to two. But I'm going to show you the way this move looks with two dumbbells. So again, it needs to be lightweight right here. Definitely nothing more than 10 pounds. That should be plenty. But we're looking to activate the upper back, mid and upper back, the trapezius muscle to be more specific. So all you're doing, you're starting with the weights down by your sides. You're lifting up, making your body the shape of a Y. All right, so of course your upper and lower torso are the stem of that Y, and your arms are the branches, and you're bringing the weight right back down. All right, so make sure you're bringing that weight straight up, not here, straight up. And you're just making a letter Y. You can do one arm at a time in order to allow you to keep moving throughout the entire 6 minutes. Or if you want, you can just do both and then just take breaks in between. Still looking for 10 reps. Whichever one you prefer to do, go for it. I'm going to do one at a time so I can keep moving. And now I'm going to choose to do it from a kneeling position just because I'm lazy. So here we go. Last sequence right here, and we're done. Counting you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So take your time. 2. We're not trying to shrug our shoulders into our ears here, but you do want to allow your shoulder blade to slightly rotate and elevate. 4, 5. So you kind of want to retract your shoulder blade, bring your shoulder blade backward as opposed to up. So keep the cord tight, keep the shoulders square in front of you. We want all that movement to come from the shoulder joint as opposed from the torso. And just like before, breathe out as you execute the move or move against the resistance, move against gravity. That's when you breathe out. And of course, you can switch sides if you're doing one at a time. This should allow you to keep on moving. Make sure you're going light here, not heavy. This is a straight arm exercise, so we're not trying to load up the joint a lot right here. So again, let your shoulder blade retract or move backward as opposed to shrugging your shoulder in your ear. It will naturally rotate and elevate a little bit, but just don't over exaggerate how much it elevates into your ear. So we got 4 minutes to go. Hopefully you're able to continue moving and you don't have to stop much. And if you want some extra credit, you can even lean forward a little bit, lean your torso forward a little bit. That'll allow you slightly greater range of motion But if that puts a little bit too much strain on your torso, your core, and you feel your form is suffering, just do it regularly. No worries, no issue. And again, make sure you're getting the arm vertical. We don't want to be stopping in front of us. We want to work the weight over our head as if you're trying to push the pit of your elbow into your ear or into the side of your head, whichever makes the most sense to you. So we're just under 3 minutes, just under halfway. Keep it going, y'all. The workout doesn't start until you can kind of feel yourself getting a little tired. So hopefully you feel that right now or by now. If not, no biggie. It's more important that you do keep moving. But if you really want to get to that point, either increase your reps or slightly increase the weight. I would suggest increasing the number of reps first. Again, this is a straight arm exercise, so we really don't need to hike the weight up a lot in order to make it effective. Just change the reps, and you should be just fine. Make sure you keep going back to making a letter Y and not straight up making the letter I. A Y, not an I, and definitely not a T. We want a Y. Keep going, guys. We got less than a minute, just over 90 seconds remaining. Should feel this in that upper back, upper to mid back, and then the shoulder. I know you guys know your alphabet, so make sure you're making a letter Y. Again, not an I, not a T, but a Y. We're closing in on the final minute. And before you start, make sure you take up the laxity in the joint. In other words, you're kind of going to create tension in your shoulders and in your core. So when you come up, you don't feel any clicking, you don't feel any grinding. So take up the slack in the joint or the laxity in the joint before you begin to move. So that way you can get a smooth articulation in the joint. You can get a smooth movement pattern. We got less than 30 seconds. Keep going. I'm going to start alternating arms in a second here, just so I'm evenly worked. All right, so here we go. Last 10 seconds. Control your weight on the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. We're done. Whew, okay. So hopefully that last set wasn't too difficult. Hopefully the whole workout was enough to make you feel like you did a workout, bring you away from set point, bring you away from homeostasis, and hopefully you felt that workout. I wasn't trying to kill you today. It's the end of the week. By this time in the week, I'm physically usually feeling whatever I did earlier in the week, and I'm ready for the weekend. So that's why the workout was designed in such a way, not trying to kill y'all, because I ain't trying to kill me, but I did want to make sure you had opportunities to make that workout a little bit harder if that's what you wanted to do. But if you're feeling like me, the way it was designed should have been perfectly fine too. All right, so grab some water if you have it, if you need it. We're going to stretch out here in a second. Okay. So we're gonna come down on the mat, go right into child's pose. So you're gonna reach up nice and high and bring your butt to your heels. And if you can't bring your butt to your heels, no worries, just reach up nice and high and get a good lat stretch that way. Going to bring your right arm, thread it under and through your left. You're going to push your right shoulder into the floor. Take a big breath in. You're going to come up, switch sides. You're going to thread the left hand, the left arm, under and through the right, and push your left shoulder into the floor. Make sure you're reaching across as far as you can in order to get that stretch coming through your back. Take a breath in, go ahead, come up. We're gonna come to the biceps. So turn your fingertips towards your body. Walk your knees up into your fingertips. And you're gonna sit back towards your heels. Keep your arms straight. Once you feel the stretch, just hold it there. You don't have to go back very far to feel this. Just keep your arms straight and just slightly bring your butt back to your heels. You should feel it. Just hold it once you feel it. And relax, flip your palm over so now your palm is facing the ceiling. We're going to do the same thing. Make sure most of your weight is being supported by your legs. And do the same thing, lean back. Try to keep your arms straight. Lean back. Once you feel the stretch, just hold it there, you're good. Hold most of your weight with your legs. And relax. Go ahead, come to your butt. We're going to come to a straddle stretch here. So we're going to be seated. So you're going to have your hands push yourself forward to kind of help straighten out your torso. And all you're going to do is keep leaning forward. Once you feel that stretch in your inner thighs, just hold it there. And coming up, so come up to your feet. So what we're going to do is actually come right back to a straddle. We're going to stretch out the core or the obliques here. So just bring the left hand down and the right arm up and over. You should feel stretch right here in the obliques. Take a breath in, come up, switch sides. Take a breath in, exhale, come up. And that's our class for today. So thank y'all for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed that workout. Hope to see y'all on the next workout next week. Enjoy the rest of your day, and y'all have a good weekend. Holla.